we're on location and I'm simply just doing a service for a customer. And I figured this would be a good time to kind of show you how simple it is to replace a lock on our windows. And now with a single hung window, there's on the inside, there's a reinforcement bar that's steel. Now, if this window were a sliding window and you had a double lock, you don't want to do multiple locks. You want to do just one lock, take off the screws, pull the lock off, leaving the main lock in or the other lock in, setting your new lock, and then go to the second. So we don't have that with us today, but that's just a quick FYI. If you're going to do multiple locks, make sure that you do one lock at a time. So that way the reinforcement bar doesn't drop and then you have to find those holes or create new holes inside of the reinforcement bar. Very simple. But I'm going to tilt this thing in and just take these two screws out. I don't want to move this thing around too much because the reinforcement bar inside there, once this comes loose, I don't want it to be difficult to try and find that again. Simple little fix. So the problem was during shipping, I think something was rubbing up against this lock and, well, we don't want the customer to have this. So now we have this, we're off. Set this aside, put our brand new lock on, make sure that it's the right action, right? So this is gonna be an XO operator. And we'll set that on. We haven't moved, so the reinforcement bar is going to be just fine, see? And we can just set our screws right inside there. And just hand tight is perfect. You don't want to go tighter than that. So these screws are going right into this metal reinforcement that is between this vinyl and then also where this cam, where this keeper is, there's also another steel reinforcement in here, because if we only had just vinyl and a screw, these things would be so easy to break into. Okay, so just to the point where it's not flopping, we're good. Let's just make sure that we're lined up. There we go. We are locked. So this one I'm going to take apart a little bit more because I want to be able to have access inside and out. What we will do is pull the screen. Now this is a casement window system. It's a little bit different than a slider. So the screen is on the inside, and I'm going to do it to both of these windows. And what we're doing is we are replacing this lock as well as this lock. So there's a little bit of a ding mark on here, and again, it's through transport, things happen, but we're not going to leave this in a customer's house. So we're just going to pull these locks off and replace it with a brand new one that was provided by Anlin. So let's unlock these windows. And I love casement windows. These are like my favorite when it comes to replacement windows because of the amount of airflow that you get and how tight these things lock up. Anyways, with this lock, this is operating your tie rod system here, right? So in order to get this lock off, I'll want to make sure that I have this in place, or at least just hold this in place or what have you. And there's two screws on the back here, and we'll get a better shot of that here in a second, of how we can get this thing off. With this, I'm just making sure that the new one doesn't have any damage on it, which it doesn't, and it's the same handing. So what we're doing is we're gonna unscrew these. This little plastic brace here is helping keep the inside part in place. We're gonna take this and we're gonna loosen these up, very easy. And I'm just using a handheld screwdriver for this because honestly, I think we don't need a drill. We don't need any kind of a drill for this. Very simple. We're only going hand tight, and you don't want to strip screws and things of that nature. So I'll just do this. Okay, so now that the screws are loose, let's pull that off. And then don't lose your new screw, or don't lose your screws. You want to keep these. All right. There we go. I'll set these aside. Okay, now take your lock, pull it in. There we go. Just like that, right? So here's the old one. Here's the new one. This has a new gasket on it, so you're good there. So when you put this new lock on, you see how it doesn't line up? You just lift up on your tie rod. Let's put that on. And then, there we go. So it just comes down to making sure that this little part of the tie rod is on the action side here. And that is it. So you see your screw holes there, just lining this guy up like that. And we're just going to tighten it. So we're going to put one screw. It's really easy, believe me. Let's go ahead and set our screw. Just a little bit, just start it. When they're assembling these in the plant, these things are laying down, just FYI. But since we don't have that option, we just got to work with it. There we go. Start to tighten it, and again, it's hand tight. We don't want it to wobble, so let's keep tightening it. There we go. Let's test it, make sure that it's moving our tie rod system. And these guys, this here and this here, are going to be fed into this here, as well as this keeper. So it slides up, and as it's sliding up into this, it's grabbing this sash and pulling it in tight. It's a nice locking system. Let's try it. Beautiful. And that is it. That is how you replace a lock on a casement window. And this is an Anlin. Almost all vinyl casement windows share the same style of tie rod locking system. So it should be pretty close to the same as what we dealt with here. And that is it, guys. Hope this helped out. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, if you live in the Ventura or Santa Barbara area and you are interested in getting replacement windows or doors, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can go to our website, AmericanWindowConcepts.com. You can click on the Get a Free Quote and fill out that information. I'll reach out to you within 24 hours. Thank you so much. Hey guys, thanks again for watching this video. If you want to be kept updated on new videos that are coming out, just hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.